Hey everyone, what's up? Today we're going high in the sky because we're talking about flying. But not just any flying, we're talking about the secrets they don't tell you on those flights. You're gonna learn about the hidden hierarchy of seating, the mysterious safety procedures, and the real deal with turbulence and delays. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to catch our new videos. So buckle up, make sure your tray tables are in their upright positions, and let's take off on this wild ride. Now, I'm not talking about some conspiracy theory stuff here, alright? This is about the stuff that airlines don't usually broadcast, the behind-the-scenes action that most passengers never even think about. Think of it like this. You see the finished product when you fly, the smooth journey from point A to point B. But what you don't see is the intricate network of people, procedures, and protocols that make that journey possible. We're going to be talking about things like how the best seats are chosen. Hint, it's not always first come, first served. What actually happens when the lights dim during takeoff and landing? Spoiler alert, it's not just for ambiance. And why those oxygen masks are so important. And no, it's not just because of the altitude. Let's dive right in and uncover the secrets the flight crew hides from passengers. Alright, let's talk about everyone's favorite part of flying, choosing your seat. You go online, check out the seat map, and bam! It's like a Tetris game gone wrong. But what if I told you there's more to it than meets the eye? You see, airlines are masters at something called revenue management. They analyze everything from historical booking data to flight popularity to squeeze every last dollar out of each flight. Those preferred seats with extra legroom, yeah, those aren't just randomly scattered throughout the cabin. Airlines often reserve them for their frequent flyers or offer them at a premium price because they know people are willing to pay extra for a little more comfort. By being flexible with your travel dates, flying during off-peak hours, or simply checking the seat map multiple times before your flight, you might just snag that coveted window seat without breaking the bank. Okay, let's be real for a second. We've all glanced at those luxurious first-class seats while shuffling back to our economy seats, right? The comfy chairs, the fancy drinks, the attentive service. It's enough to make anyone green with envy. But is it really that much better in the front of the plane? Well, the answer, my friends, is yes and no. Of course, first class offers a whole different level of comfort and amenities. However, here's the thing. Flying economy doesn't have to be a miserable experience. With a little planning and preparation, you can make your journey just as enjoyable. The exit row dilemma. Now let's talk about those coveted exit row seats. You know the ones, the holy grail of legroom, the dream of every tall traveler. But here's the catch. Those seats come with a lot more responsibility than you might think. Airlines have strict regulations about who can sit in the exit row. You have to be physically fit, willing and able to assist in an emergency, and over a certain age. So next time you're eyeing that exit row seat, ask yourself, am I up for the responsibility? Decoding the seat map secrets. Alright, let's wrap up this seating saga with some insider tips on how to decode those cryptic seat maps. Different airlines use different layouts and configurations, so it's always a good idea to familiarize yourself with the specific aircraft you'll be flying on. Websites like Seat Guru and Seat Maestro are your best friends here. They provide detailed seat maps, user reviews, and even highlight things like limited recline, proximity to bathrooms, and power outlet availability. On most planes, the higher the seat number, the closer you are to the window. By doing your research and being strategic, you can increase your chances of scoring the best possible seat for your next flight. The truth about those oxygen masks. Alright, let's talk about those funky-looking oxygen masks that drop down from the ceiling if the cabin pressure changes. When an airplane is cruising at high altitude, the air outside is super thin, with much lower oxygen levels than we're used to down here on the ground. That's why the cabin is pressurized, to create a breathable environment for us. But in the rare event of a sudden pressure drop, those oxygen masks become your lifeline. They provide a direct supply of oxygen, giving you precious time to adjust to the thinner air and prevent hypoxia, a dangerous condition that can lead to confusion, dizziness, and even unconsciousness. Brace position, more than just a drill. Speaking of safety demonstrations, let's talk about that awkward brace position they make you practice. You know, the one where you bend over, head down, hands on your head? Yeah, that one. But here's the thing. That brace position is not just some random safety drill, it's actually designed to protect you in the unlikely event of a rough landing or impact. By adopting the brace position, you're essentially creating a cushion with your body, using your strong leg muscles and arms to absorb the shock. It's all about being prepared, right? The mystery of the dimmed cabin lights. Ever noticed how they dim the cabin lights during takeoff and landing? It's like they're setting the mood for a movie or something. But there's actually a very practical reason for this seemingly aesthetic choice. During takeoff and landing, especially at night, our eyes are already working overtime trying to process all the flashing lights and moving objects outside the plane. By dimming the cabin lights, the flight crew is essentially giving our eyes a break and allowing them to adjust to the lower light levels outside. This enhanced night vision is crucial in case of an emergency evacuation, as it helps us see better and navigate our way out of the plane more quickly. What they don't tell you about emergency landings. Now I know what you're thinking. Emergency landings? That's some scary stuff, and you're right, it's not exactly a walk in the park. But here's the thing they don't always tell you. Emergency landings are more common than you might think. The vast majority of emergency landings are precautionary measures, prompted by things like minor technical glitches, medical emergencies, or even unruly passengers. The pilots and crew are highly trained to handle these situations, and they follow strict protocols to ensure the safety of everyone on board. Alright, let's talk about those little call buttons above your seat. You know, the ones you press when you need something during the flight? Seems pretty straightforward, right? Press the button, light comes on, flight attendant magically appears. But what if I told you there's a whole secret language hidden behind those buttons? Each button press sends a specific code to the crew's station, indicating whether you need assistance with something simple like a drink refill or something more urgent like a medical situation. And those different chimes you hear? They're not just random sounds, they're actually coded messages that tell the flight attendants what kind of request they're dealing with. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Airplane food. It's become the stuff of legends, and not always in a good way. You see, our sense of taste and smell are significantly affected by altitude and cabin pressure. The dry air and low pressure inside the cabin numb our taste buds and dull our sense of smell, making food taste blander than it would on the ground. Airlines have to prepare and store food in a way that meets strict safety regulations and can withstand the rigors of air travel. This often involves pre-cooking and freezing meals, which can further impact their texture and flavor. Opting for spicier or more flavorful dishes can help compensate for the dulled taste buds. We've all been there. You settle into your seat, get ready to get comfy for a long flight, and reach for that cozy-looking pillow and blanket, only to find out they're nowhere to be found. So, what's the deal with the disappearing pillows and blankets? Well, it's not that airlines are trying to be stingy. It all comes down to logistics and, you guessed it, those pesky safety regulations. Airlines have to carefully manage their inventory of pillows and blankets, making sure they have enough for every passenger on every flight. Delays, cancellations, and unexpected passenger loads can throw off the delicate balance, leaving some flights short on those coveted comfort items. So, if you're a germaphobe, you might want to consider packing your own travel pillow and blanket. What they don't tell you about in-flight service. Now, let's talk about those amazing flight attendants who work tirelessly to make our journeys more comfortable. They're always there to greet us with a smile, answer our questions, and cater to our every need, well, almost every need. Behind those friendly smiles and professional demeanors are highly trained professionals who are responsible for our safety and well-being. They also have to deal with long hours, unpredictable schedules, and the occasional difficult passenger. We've all been there, right? But through it all, they maintain their composure and provide exceptional service with a smile. So, next time you're on a flight, take a moment to appreciate the hard work and dedication of those amazing flight attendants. Turbulence fact versus fiction. Okay, let's talk about everyone's least favorite in-flight experience. Turbulence. You know that feeling? The plane starts shaking, the seatbelt sign chimes, and your heart skips a beat. But is turbulence really as dangerous as it seems? The truth is, turbulence is way more common and way less dangerous than most people think. It's basically just bumpy air, caused by things like weather patterns, jet streams, and even mountains. Think of it like waves on the ocean. Uncomfortable, sure, but rarely catastrophic. Pilots are highly trained to anticipate and navigate turbulence. They use sophisticated weather radar systems and communicate with air traffic control to avoid the bumpiest areas whenever possible. And those seatbelt signs? They're not just a suggestion, they're there to keep you safe in case of unexpected bumps. So next time you encounter turbulence, remember, stay calm, buckle up, and trust the pilots. They've got this. What happens when lightning strikes a plane? Now this one's a bit scary, but stick with me. Lightning strikes on planes are more common than you might think. Have you ever wondered what happens when lightning strikes a plane? It sounds terrifying, right? A giant bolt of electricity hitting a metal tube hurtling through the air? But here's the thing, Planes are designed to handle lightning strikes. In fact, they are struck by lightning more often than you might realize, and they come out just fine. Modern aircraft have something called a Faraday cage. This is a crucial feature in aviation safety. You see, a Faraday cage is basically a layer of conductive material that surrounds the entire plane, like a shield. This design ensures that the electrical current from the lightning flows around the plane rather than through it. When lightning strikes, the electricity flows around the outside of the cage and harmlessly into the air. This prevents any electrical systems inside the plane from being affected. Think of it like a car driving through a thunderstorm. You're safe inside because the car's metal body acts as a Faraday cage, directing the electricity around you. It's the same principle with planes. The Faraday cage effect ensures that the passengers and crew remain safe, even during a lightning strike. So while a lightning strike might make a loud bang or create a bright flash, it's highly unlikely to cause any serious damage to the plane or harm the passengers inside. Pretty cool, huh? Next time you're flying through a storm, you can rest easy knowing the plane is well equipped to handle it. It's the same principle with planes. So, while a lightning strike might make a loud bang or create a bright flash, it's highly unlikely to cause any serious damage to the plane or harm the passengers inside. Pretty cool, huh? Flight delays, the bane of every traveler's existence. We've all been there, stuck in the terminal, watching the departure time creep later and later, wondering what on earth could be causing the holdup. But have you ever wondered what the real reasons are behind those frustrating delays? Well, it's not always as simple as a late pilot or a mechanical issue, though those do happen sometimes. The world of aviation is a complex ecosystem, and even the smallest hiccup can have a ripple effect throughout the system. One of the biggest culprits is actually air traffic control. They're responsible for managing the flow of aircraft in and out of airports, and even a slight delay in one flight can impact the schedule of countless others. Then there's weather, which can cause ground stops, diversions, and all sorts of other headaches. Severe storms, heavy fog, and even unexpected wind patterns can wreak havoc on flight schedules. And let's not forget about those pesky mechanical issues. While airlines have rigorous maintenance schedules, things can and do go wrong, and safety always comes first. Every part of the aircraft must be in perfect working order before takeoff. So, that unexpected repair might be frustrating, but it's ultimately for the best. After all, ensuring the safety of everyone on board is the top priority. Speaking of safety, let's talk about the amazing men and women who sit in those cockpits, your pilots. These highly skilled professionals are responsible for getting us safely from point A to point B, and they go through rigorous training to prepare for any situation imaginable. We're talking hundreds of hours of flight time, countless simulations in state-of-the-art flight simulators, and ongoing training on everything from emergency procedures to adverse weather conditions. They're trained to handle engine failures, system malfunctions, medical emergencies, and even, yes, those dreaded bird strikes. They're like the superheroes of the skies, always ready to spring into action and keep us safe. So next time you're on a flight, take a moment to appreciate the incredible skill and dedication of your pilots. They're the reason we can sit back, relax, and enjoy the miracle of flight. So there you have it, guys. We've journeyed behind the scenes of the aviation world and uncovered some of the secrets the flight crew keeps under wraps. From the hidden hierarchy of seating to the truth about turbulence and the surprisingly common emergency landings, we've explored the ins and outs of what really happens on those flights we take for granted. Every detail, every procedure, and every protocol has a purpose. The next time you're at the airport or buckled into your seat, remember what we talked about? Think about the countless hours of training and preparation that go into making your flight safe and comfortable. Those dimmed cabin lights aren't just for ambiance, they're a crucial part of safety protocols during takeoff and landing. That brace position is more than just an awkward drill. It's a life-saving measure designed to protect you in case of an emergency. And those flight attendants are highly trained professionals who keep us safe in the air. They undergo rigorous training to handle any situation that might arise. We've demystified the seemingly mundane aspects of air travel, showing you the hidden complexities behind the scenes, revealing the meticulous planning, hard work, and unwavering dedication that go into every single flight. It's a team effort that involves many unsung heroes. It's a complex and fascinating world out there, filled with intricate systems and dedicated professionals. And understanding it a little better makes the entire experience that much more impressive. So next time you fly, take a moment to appreciate the magic behind the scenes. But hey, the learning doesn't stop here. there's a whole lot more to discover about the world of aviation. What other secrets do you think those pilots and flight attendants are hiding? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always down for a good aviation mystery. And hey, while you're down there, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Thank you for watching.